obviously, my wedding set is very special to me, and I don't wear or even purchase a lot of jewelry other than things that are sentimental to me. So when the Diamonique team approached me and they said, how would you feel about us replicating your wedding set in Diamonique, I said, oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. And it was really fun too, because at that time, and I don't know for sure now, because I haven't looked in a while, but 100 facets, which is double the amount of facets of a typical round brilliant, or in this case, a cushion cut, which is a rounded square. We didn't have a lot of those in our inventory, and certainly in the cushion shape, which I just think is really fresh. So let me just get to the big reveal, because this is what I think is so awesome. So this is my wedding set. This is the cushion 3-carat stone. It's set in platinum. That band, I don't mind telling you, was created by a friend of ours who's just a private jeweler, but it was inspired by a band at that Blue Box jewelry store, because I love the idea of the use of baguettes and round brilliants channel set. For some reason, it just looked like a royal crown to me. So and it's super dirty, but that is my original wedding set. This, and it might even be better just to put it on the same hand, this is the version, even better, that Diamonique created in 100 facets, in platinum clad over sterling. And I always hope that Joe's not watching when I present this, because that's a 3-carat stone, but it sparkles even greater than my original diamond. Diamonds obviously are graded for clarity and for color. Obviously, you will pay more to get one that is flawless and white. So when compared to Diamonique, you can really see the inclusions and the more yellow tone to my diamond. This is the beauty of, is it real or is it Memorex? Because I actually think the Diamonique one looks even better than my real wedding set. And then the band. So I wanted to bring this to you today for a couple reasons. So first of all, it's debuting on an easy pay that's less than a $20 bill. Second of all, just the other day, I forgot my wedding set at home, and I own this set because I keep it in my host locker in the event that I ever forget to put my wedding set on. I don't want to go on air without it. Lord knows you all start saying that I'm getting a divorce or something. So I make sure I have a little squirreled away stash, and it's in my host lounge. And so the other day I thought, oh man. And so I wore this on the air. But more importantly, I think this time of year when everybody travels, it might be a great body double stand-in for your own wedding set that you may not want to travel with, particularly if you're thinking about traveling abroad. When Joe and I go anywhere, we do use the in-the-room safe when it comes to like our computers and our wedding rings and our jewelry and whatnot. But the other thing that I thought was fun this time of year is, and I don't know why, I just think of it as a spring-summer thing. Maybe it's because in winter, like it's cold and we wear mittens and gloves, whereas in the nice weather, we just show more skin altogether and we're getting manicures. And it's a really, I think, fun time of year to swap out maybe your wedding set for a size or a cut or a look that you wouldn't have chosen then, but now you would perhaps like to choose, but you're never gonna go back and get like the real diamond and the real platinum because, obviously there are more important things now to invest that money in, but it is fun to try a new look. And it's funny because I never told Joe that we replicated my wedding set. I don't know why, I just never told him. So just the other day, he saw this one, the Diamonique one, sitting in my jewelry tray on the kitchen sink next to this one, the real one. And he said, what is that? And I said, oh, babe, Diamonique for QVC, they remade my wedding set. And he said, well, that's a little scary. Like, how can you tell the difference? Don't be taking off, the real one and giving that sample back to them. I said, oh, no, I can totally tell them apart. I didn't dare tell him why I can tell them apart, though, because obviously, when you look at Diamonique, there's something to be said for the clarity and the color of what is meant to look like flawless white diamonds. It's frankly, I think it's even more beautiful than mine because you can see what a perfect diamond would look like. That's the nature of Diamonique. It's still, given the $20 easy pay, it is still a platinum clad story. So that's really cool because you're still getting platinum that is touching your skin. And I also will say the whole reason that I wanted a separate band, because Joe had recommended to me maybe having one of those cages made, you know, where the engagement ring sits in it. But I always thought, you know what, I just want the band in case I ever want to stack the band with other rings. And even if you just, like for instance, my friend Semler, who lives in Maryland, she loves her engagement ring. She loves the stackable band that her husband got her when she had one of her sons. And I think by now she's gotten 2 more, and then of course she has her own wedding band. But she wanted another one just with white diamonds to complete the whole. And so I said to her, I'm like, "Hein, like I'll just get you my wedding set done in Diamonique, because this is exactly what you're looking for." And then of course, you know, it's funny too, because I personally obviously love it. I remember when Joe proposed to me and he hid the engagement ring in his guitar case. He hid it in the guitar case, and he plays guitar, and he was playing a song. We'd come back from dinner, he was strumming the guitar, and he acted like the guitar pick was not working. So he said, "Can you go to my guitar case and get me a new pick?" And I said, "Sure." And I said, "Where are they?" He said, "It's in that little compartment." And I opened it up, and there was a ring box in there. And I was like, so the ugly cry. But and so I really love my my wedding set. And I was so delighted when Diamonique decided to do it as a remake, because at the time we didn't have a lot of cushion cut stones. I also thought it was beautiful that they were, you know, willing to do that beautiful 3-carat center stone size, and then the band done in the baguettes, and it's all the way around. So it's an eternity ring style. So I will call out, you can't size the band because the stones go all the way around. So just make sure that you're able to pick up your right size. I just, you know, obviously it holds a lot of sentimental value for me, but for you, if maybe when you got engaged, you know, maybe your carat was smaller because that's all you guys could afford then, or maybe, you know, my sister-in-law got a marquise, and I think now, and she got engaged in like the early 90s. I think now she might not have chosen a marquise, because over time, you know, our styles change. She also got yellow gold. Now she wears a ton more sterling and white metals. So I just think that these opportunities, and it's not even $100 for a full bridal set, to be able to try other shapes and colors and silhouettes and sizes of stones is really great. And I'll just take these off because I'm gonna layer the bands next to each other. Do you remember how your hubbo proposed? Oh, what's that? Is it cheesy?
Oh no,
No.
But it's a long story.
It's
I'll tell you another time.
So there are the 2 bands layered together. And it's funny too, because even when you layer the bands next to each other, you can tell which one the Diamonique is, because it's clearer and it's whiter and it's even more beautiful and radiant. So, but I better still be very careful about which one I give back as the sample. Lord knows that would be terrible if I gave the wrong bridal set back to our warehouse. It's, I think, a gorgeous set, and I would encourage you, at the very least, if you are traveling this season, maybe this becomes your wedding set, as opposed to taking, particularly if it's an heirloom or a passed down through the generations option. It's Epiphany Platinum over 925 sterling. And you're looking at probably a total weight, carat-wise, of almost 4.5 carats between the engagement ring and the wedding band. All right, guys, stay tuned. Mark Fisher is coming up with something very cool. We've got our Today's Special Value coming up in a little